Hello everyone. Now this video is for those of you that said that you were interested in foraging and incorporating some herbal remedies, maybe understanding how herbal remedies fit alongside your essential oils, or just generally becoming more connected with the plant kingdom. So it's not an in-depth video, it's not going to go into loads of detail, and I'm not sure how many of you are actually interested in this or want to incorporate this. You'll have to let me know below, but I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas for things that you could go out and forage at the moment. Some of them you don't have too much long left to do them, but I'm going to give us another batch of things we can forage as we move into June, because obviously different things grow and come into flower in different seasons, which means we can follow the foraging year, as it were. So you've probably seen already, and I've shared both on my stories and in my feed, the first thing, probably the most exciting thing that's out at the moment, is the elderflowers. So this is my third batch of going to go and pick elderflowers. They're fairly easy to identify, although do be warned, because there's a few different flowers that have this white umbrella shape, so you need to make sure when you're foraging you're sure about what you're going for, and the leaves are a good place to start. They're easier to identify than flowers, so just make sure you know it's actually elderflower that you're getting. So elderflower is a big one. You can make a number of different things. We can do elderflower oxymel, elderflower syrup, elderflower sparkling press. We can do face mists. Now, of course, in the autumn time, we get the value of the elderberry, which the flowers that you don't pick will obviously develop into berries, and you'll be able to use those. They're slightly more well known and more potent for their immune support function. The flowers still have immune support function, it's just a little bit softer. I tend to use it in a slightly different way. If you are going out and foraging things like elderflowers, always be really mindful of how much you're collecting from the trees. I only take a few florets per tree or per bush, so I'm very mindful to go and scout out lots of different sources so that I can make sure I'm sustainable and kind to the environment. We want to leave plenty of flowers available to turn into berries for the animals in the autumn. We also want to make sure that we don't disrupt the tree's growth. So that's elderflower. If you go out and pick some, let me know. There's probably not much longer left with it in flower, so go and be quick. It's dead easy to do, it's lovely and supportive, and you can make some fun things with it. The next one is nettle. This is a big batch of dried nettle. It was drying while I was away in Poland. Nettle is so underrated. It's so nutritious, so full of vitamins and nourishment. It's an absolute powerhouse. It's also amazing in hair rinses for hair growth and things. So again, it's really versatile and really good to have in. What I'll do to save the dried nettle is to tear it up and put it in here. I might make a hydrosol for hair rinse, because I've been asked to help with hair growth for somebody, so I'll be pairing that with things like rosemary essential oil, or sandalwood's really good for hair as well, just helping to revitalize the scalp and look after it, along with castor oil, which is also fantastic for hair health. So we've got that. Might do some nettle teas, but plenty of uses, and it's just so lovely to have access to something that you know exactly what it is and where it's come from. I think it goes without saying with nettle, obviously it stings. I find it stings less the more aggressive you are with it, but I do wear gloves to harvest it. Not everyone does. Even now I've had little tiny stings from this, even though it's dried. Obviously you're going to harvest it above what I call the dog wheel line, and you just want the fresh succulent top flowering pieces, but before they've gone to flower, because if they've flowered we're a little bit late. Again, just make sure it's nettle that you're getting. There are other things that look like it, like false nettle for example, but I'm pretty sure you're all well able to identify what a nettle looks like. So that's another fun one for you to forage. Lastly, if you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, this is, well, we'll do red clover first. So this is red clover. I'm going to look a little bit more deeply into the uses for this one, but I know it's really good for women's health, premenstrual and perimenopausal symptoms. Red clover has a history for that. So I've got some red clover buds all dried there. And then you've probably all heard of plantain. Plantain's like a herbalist staple. I haven't personally used it too much yet, because I've only just really found a supply of plantain. So again, I've used it in teas previously. I'm not too sure of the other uses, but you know, I will look into it for us and come up with some good ones. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know what you're going to go and forage. If you'd like to know what to look out for in June, we've got things like yarrow coming, which is really exciting. So yeah, hope that's helpful.